Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We'll get started here shortly. Honestly, the turn is more or less already done. There's really not really anything to do other than what we already did do. So, it is probably one of those rare circumstances where I'm quite happy just to go forward, honestly. We do have a lot going on next turn. We're essentially just waiting for... Yeah, just waiting for the snow to melt and then the mud to disappear. We should see our forces replaced over here pretty quickly, which would be quite nice. We are sending... Well, we did send another corps, didn't we, up north. So they're on their way. I do lack a true Ottoman army commander, so I think I will have to consider in the near future potentially sending an Ottoman army commander out here proper. But frankly, he's taken objective, which okay, nice, all good in the Ottoman hood. But it's not that big of a deal. I'm somewhat happy to have these troops here rather than in France. I think we want to get him into a situation where he can't easily withdraw. And if he does, then we can take advantage of it. But we are going to go forward, and we're going to observe the turn to come. So we'll go ahead and save. And we'll see what we have in store. Okay. So we do have forces building up around Longwy. We are moving Hindenburg away from the front with von Gluck. Just looking to... I don't know. It depends really on how much information he has, but I'm pretty sure he'll be aware. But it is a change. Hindenburg and the other armies there have been there for a while. And honestly, we don't really need... Those are meant to be on the front lines. Right. Ah, the rise of Pergamon. We have a new Latin Empire. Right. He's moving his men out here. He does have a supply. He does have the port, so he will be able to keep this supplied. But it comes to... How far can he push it? Right. Seeing forces around the area here. We are seeing a small fleet there, sailing out to engage our submarine now with a wager. Tool and Nancy. Where are these forces going? General supply of that. Oh, we do see the British Army moving there. We see some French forces. We see the Japanese at long last. I did wonder when the Japanese would get involved. Alright. Ooh. Wow. That is a bloody day. How you doing there, Brankheart? Good to have you, my man. We'll go ahead and put some hearts there. Yeah. Well, it's about equal there, actually. We did slightly edge out on top there. The terrain definitely did help. Having the entrenchment there being dug in there did help. That's good. That may actually win us some morale, which is really handy there. We did have some tactical excellence actually demonstrated here, which is great. Cool. He does have... Ooh, we did lose our mountain division here, though, which is a bit of a shame. Have to look to replace that, but that was pretty heavy fighting. Right, that is a good thing for us. We do have another 4 corps or so over to Constantinople, or Istanbul, whichever one to go by. So hopefully we can reinforce and try and turn that against him. We do see the French in the area as well, so we do need to bear that in mind. But that's good. We did take out quite a few British there. Or potentially French as well. Oh, why should the Turks have higher losses? I mean, considering they're dug in hilly terrain. But in 1917, this is not a fresh Ottoman army. The fact that we traded equal there is probably about right. Obviously the British Game's a little bit loud. Let me go ahead and alter the audio here. Or the music, anyway. Alright, I guess that's about it then. Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right, so let's see. So... Oh yeah, we actually did gain some national morale there. That's brilliant. That's really handy. Meh. It's one of those generalizations. These are not the best commanders. Definitely not the best commanders here. But it's pretty hard to make a mistake when you're defending. At least it's not as easily. You're not as easily able to make mistakes there. I lost my... Yeah, that was the Mountaineer commander. Okay. Have some forces over here. I think they marched to the center of the guns there. I'd love to get another division in there, but that's okay. I do have another corps commander here. We've got some militia forces here. Actually, some marines, which is pretty fun. I'm not sure what to do with the marines. Right. I'm going to go ahead and... do I even need to occupy that position? Not particularly. It's a really nice position, but it really doesn't gain me anything. This is what I mean by allowing the Entente forces to move out. So over here I have 2 corps. I do have mountain over there. Yeah. There is the clear terrain over here. We have the hills. I mean, Anatolia is remarkably hilly. The terrain is definitely not conducive to an offensive. It's very good for defending, though. Oh, we had gas used over here as well. Okay. Whoosh. Yeah, so we got gas there. I'm glad he's used it here. That's very good for us. Right. I love the fact that support for the war in Serbia has decreased, and I wonder why. Let's see. Yeah, artillery's arriving over here. So we're looking... Oh, hello. Is this clear weather? I don't know. Oh, bloody hell. That artillery wasn't meant to be moved forward there. That's a bit of a pain in the backside. That could have gone potentially wrong. Right. That should not have been there. I may just keep it there for the time being, though. But not ideal. So this is actually a very rare situation here. Because we have snow here, and we have clear terrain just outside of Sedan. But in Sedan itself, we have snow. This is a very rare situation. And I'm looking forward to using that against him. I think this would be a really good time to actually launch an offensive here. He may look to move these men over here, but we'll see. I've got 1466 rail capacity. I think it's a good time to go. Okay, we're looking at 18 days there. I can actually save a little bit on rail, I think. You can be 19 days. God damn it. Yeah, self-support in POW camp. Right. So it'd be there in 3 days. I think what I'll do then is allow these armies to move out that way. I think von Hausen can remain potentially in that area. He could always push out from Vietnam, so I do need to bear that in mind. Von Kluck obviously being an offensive army over here. Right, we're looking at 3 days there. I'll leave these armies here. So I would have to do reorganization here. I should have had a little bit more artillery, but hey ho. We do have our aircraft over here. We do have additional artillery. Yeah, we've got the medium artillery here too. Like I said, should have had more heavy artillery, but hey. We'll leave behind the aircraft. Try and move quickly. Very, very useful. Very, very useful. So I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do there. I mean, this is a question. I mean, that's rare. I mean, that may disappear, but we are seeing clear weather behind this. Yeah, the clear weather has arrived. What's it like in Italy? Oh, it's clear, is it now? Wow. I didn't think the weather would clear today. Well, this turn at least, anyhow. That's very interesting. Yeah, look at that, 7 days. Okay. Alright, we'll march those corps. There's quite a few armies here, as you can imagine. Oh, I hate that so much. Alright, I hate that so much. So much. Alright, I need to be careful about but that's really great news. So we know that we have the clear weather in Italy and France now. But not all of France, which is actually really interesting. We'll just do Italy then to begin with. Alright. Honestly, it does get to a point where it is kind of hard to issue orders properly here. I should go ahead and save now, and then I don't have to repeat what I've just done. But yes, we will see some pretty major offensives next turn then. And the great thing is, we can actually time these together. This is going to be a hell of a wallop. Right, there we are. I think we've deployed all the armies there. So we'll get the calls moving. Let me just save that. There's a lot of artillery concentrated here too. Right, there we go. 7 days will be across there. And that is the cores moving as well. That is a lot of men moving. I can go ahead and move the Bulgarians down here too. And the Romanians. So again, they'll be there in 4 days. So they may potentially be able to reinforce the men on the front lines there. But there's a lot of force. That is a whole hell of a lot of force coming down there. And this is it. That's going to be moving across the river in a single block. That is pretty significant. Yeah, he has a lot of men here, but honestly, this is clear terrain. There's a part of me that thinks, well, do I hold off in France? And well, I don't know, actually. It's an interesting one. There's a lot to be said about timing these offensives at the same time. But there's also a lot to be said about actually really biding our time and seeing how things develop. Because we have the morale on our side. We know that... I don't know, how do you guys feel about it? Because right now, we're looking at 3,700 Italian... Well, yeah, 3,700 Entente strength around here, 3,800-ish. Maybe 4 or 5k. Maybe, probably about 5. Maybe 5,000-6,000 across the entire front there for the Italians. And French here. If we win, and continue to win, he's going to have to send forces elsewhere. Ah, it's an interesting one. I mean, I could always wait for the weather to... Yeah, we're finally moving there, Hugh. We're finally moving. Yeah, I'm thinking about using the gas there. See, this is what I'm thinking about, is like, do we concentrate on a single front with the gas? We've got our forces over here. I'd love to get moving down there, but can't right now. I'd love to get Mackinson in there, but hey. Yeah, so we'll likely go ahead and use gas. Well, I say likely, we'll go ahead and use gas. We did win 2 national morale from the battle here today, so it'd be a perfect way to use that national morale. Can I just take the gas, throw it right back at them? Nice. Yeah, okay. That's honestly going to be really rough. My god, we have a lot of conscripts. Never really going to run out of conscripts, I don't think. I'm not that rich, though. Yeah, so... this is a consideration here, then. I could have my forces... maybe continue... maybe, I don't know. I do want to keep some forces over here, depends. It does make me wonder what it's going to do here. There's definitely an argument to be made about hitting him at the same time. But I'm hitting him in prepared defences. I'm kind of leaning towards hitting him in Italy first, and seeing if I can force him to draw men away from France. Or, if he doesn't draw men away from France, then that means that Italy is going to definitely be on the back foot, to say the least. Assuming we win the first battle, still have to win that. But I'm looking for opportunity here. Definitely looking for that opportunity. I think we have more artillery that's finished up. Nearly finished up. So, we'll see. I can afford to wait a little bit longer in France, I think. I want to see how he reacts. I also do want him to think, because right now he's seen the army over here. Moved over here to Bria. He may think, okay, well, what's going to happen next? What's the plan here? Indeed, what is the plan? I think I'll organize the armies. I think probably get this artillery back then. Oh, revived. That's a good question there, Gallo. Not so much revived, more so I just build a new one. Assemble a new one. Think of that in whatever way feels right. Alright, so did see forces over here. Quite a few mountaineers, actually. Good troops, in fact. Hey, doing otherwise. Good to have you, my man. Yeah, so I can see that we're rebuilding these forces. Actually, they look... at least some of them look perfect. Maybe they're just not as strong as I envisioned. Yeah, I guess that's right. Okay. Okay. But that's perfect. That gives me another 4 cores over here. We do have Mr. Mustafa Kemal Pasha as well out here. So we do have a good Ottoman commander, who I really wish I could make into a army commander. But I can't promote him, and it's rather annoying. But we'll go ahead and get them out here. So we're looking at 8 days until they arrive. Again, this hill here is very nice. I'm not too sure what to do with these Marines, honestly. Oh. Oops. No, there we are. Not seeing the Arabs moving right now. See them moving towards Baghdad. Let's see, 12 days to get over that position. Five days there. If I can get in there and actually take these supplies, that'd be pretty big. We did see the Japanese down here, so he may actually look to reinforce us with the Japanese, which would be really wild. He could also be looking to do something like land in Austria with those. And it's definitely all to play for. I really do wonder how much strength he has out here. There's something to be said about potentially pushing him north as well. I really wish I knew how much he had here. But it doesn't look as if it's all that much. I think I could probably win. I think I can win. They do have supply. I think I can try that. These are all mountaineers, by the way. Yeah, I mean, this is an entire army of Jaegers. I mean, this one alone's 135,000 men. Obviously, these are militia. But yeah. Nobody moves forward unless they have supplies. Which is definitely the thing I'm lacking, but I can go ahead and go for that. I'll try and push him. I wish I had an armor here, otherwise I could potentially have considered that, but this may be doable. Right, let's see. Oh, Clement so. Right, wow. He gained a lot of national morale there, goddamn. I bet he's happy there. Nice. Little good. That's really strong. That's actually a really strong event. Alright, I was talking about morale. That doesn't make me feel as confident now. Yeah, 2 national morale is really nice there. 3,000 prisoners, brilliant. Oh, a very successful mission over here, Longwy. Brilliant. You've reconnoitered our own positions. Not seeing aerial combat. Not right now, anyway. Yeah, not seen any combat in the skies. I think what we will do then is... The clear weather is a little bit earlier than I anticipated. But the fact that it's here is a good sign. Maybe it turns to mud. Maybe it doesn't. But I'm quite happy to just hold off here for a minute. Maybe just a turn or two. I want to observe. Oh, in terms of Air Force, yeah, we are... It's kind of spread out, but we are continuing to build it up. I need to combine these again. Yeah, so we are continuing to build it up. Like, these are some of the squadrons that we have, but there are more. I don't know how many more we have. They're kind of spread out. The amount of supplies and munitions that we have here. Mackinson's like, the fuck? Do you want to share that, bro? Let's see. Yeah, I'll reorganize the armies around Longwy. And then, honestly, we'll be in a position where we can push out if we need to, possibly in 2 directions. I don't know why they don't want to merge. That's beyond me. What the fuck? Oh, for God's sakes. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't want to merge. That's frustrating as all hell. But anyhow, it is what it is. Okay. Oh, this is rather interesting to see French forces over here, man. So it does indicate that it does have forces along here. Good to know. I think we do want to focus on the Austrians. I love these gunboats. I've just not been able to use them properly. But yeah. "93 days, 93 days, okay. So in production right now, a little bit of artillery, a couple aircraft. Makes sense. Trieste? Oh, Trento, sorry. No, I can understand that. It would be nice to take it. It's an interesting one. I can definitely get the reason for not attacking. I can definitely get that. After all, it is still a mountain position. I'm kind of hoping that he may focus on the south. Possibly, yeah. No, I can get that to you. That's not a bad. That's not a bad position to take either. Honestly, it's not a bad position. What I'm going to say is I will adopt that position, but I'm gonna have that based upon us having a crack at it. Having a crack at it, not a crack addict, but you know what I mean. Okay. The reason why I think we may have a shot is obviously the lesser number of men here, but also the battle down here. It may draw all the forces down this way, or if it doesn't, the ones that are drawn up over here may not be able to fight over here. We'll see. Did you consider eventually encircling them? Yeah, and it's kind of the position I wish I'd adopted to begin with and had Mackinson in the south. Like, I do regret having that focus. I really put too many forces over there at Trento when really, had I had them in the bare positions, we could have been pushing through probably to Verona by now. So, no, I do agree. But in this situation, I'm going to try and take it. But the plan was to have Mackinson move south, which is why I moved pretty much the entire Austrian army down south. But we do have the Bulgarians and Romanian support on that too. I feel like he's definitely up to something. I feel like he's up to something. We'll find out eventually. I really wish I had my fleet. At least some cruisers will be ready in 20 days. They will eventually be ready again. Yeah, eventually. By the end of the year into next year, we'll finally have our fleet back. Glorious days. Glorious days. To be fair, I might even have that call moved over here. It depends really how quickly he's going to move here. Probably not very quickly. I do wonder if he's going to land somewhere. Luckily, we do have mines to protect us elsewhere, so it does make it a much tougher prospect. He could land over here at Aqaba, perhaps. Aqaba makes sense. We'll see. I'll reorganize the armies, but I think I'm going to hold off for the time being with the German army. I kind of want him to... be afraid of what we're going to do. Somebody's got rails. I don't know who's got rails. We have at least brought some Dutch forces. Not a great deal, but at least some. Has our division finally rebuilt? Yeah, I think the divisions have finally rebuilt over here as well. That's great. Yeah, so I'll reorganize... Well, organize the forces over here. I'm quite happy just to... We're building up our forces a long way. Giving them heavy artillery is a very good thing to have there. But I definitely want to be in a position where he's not entirely sure where the hammer's going to fall. And I'm eager to push that. We'll see. Honestly, attacking here in the north wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm just thinking here how we can actually hurt him. I need to get across the river. Over here would kind of pigeonhole us, but it's not the worst idea. This one has merit in the fact that it's the furthest away from reinforcements. Granted, they're here. But they're on a different rail line. These guys are on this rail line here, and they're not that far away. They're in a province. Over here, yeah, these guys are nearby, but they're not in a direct rail line connection. Obviously, you'd have to go around. So in theory, they could take a little bit longer. But it would be rather interesting. Could have a rather fun race to the sea. But Lille's not that far. Amiens, not far. But Paris not far. Securing that fortress over here would be a really nice position to have as like a rest stop. But yeah, be interesting. But the main thing would be across the river. But moving this way does put us in a position where I don't need to cross the river again to get to Paris. But we'll see. We shall see. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. So, thanks for watching, guys. It is rather interesting to see what's happened today regarding the weather. We did actually have a victory, which was nice. But the Western Entente has actually regained some morale. So, they're up to 45, so not as bad as I feared, actually. We're nearly at 4 million casualties. In terms of what the hell I spend my funds on... Maybe just throw down some more aircraft. Yeah, we'll throw down another 2 battalions there. Are they battalions? I forgot what they're called now. Whatever. You know what I mean. Yeah, so we'll have a couple more in production there. Like I said, I want to win the air wall. And I think it's going to matter once we actually do, well, we use a lot of wall supply there. Maybe having some wall supply would help in for replacements, but honestly, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Once the fight begins, we'll go forward. But I'm eager to win the air war, if I can. Or at least have enough fighters to make it pretty hard for him. But yeah, we'll see how things go. The good news is we have an army over here along way, which is being built up. Again, it needs artillery, which is why I'm not super eager to move right now, because it needs artillery. Annoyingly, 2 regiments are over there when they should have been here, but that's my bad. So we'll have another 3 regiments of heavy artillery here next turn. And then in the future some more, but mainly that's going to be it for a while. But I do have the medium artillery, which is nice. The main thing is I want to have well-equipped armies, and I'm in a position where I can push this way, I can push this way. We've got the Dutch over here that are backing us up. I could potentially move forward with the Dutch. I've got the Cranston Sound here too. But yeah, maybe I do move forward with the Dutch, but we'll see. Honestly, if they do attack a Sedan, that's not a terrible thing. It would put him on a position where I could actually get in there without having to cross the river. Granted, I have a forest, but I'm not crossing a river. So, you know, puts him down a little bit closer to us. A little bit closer to my reinforcements and my depots. That matters a lot. But yeah, until next time, thank you for watching. Have an excellent evening, or even day. I'll see you in the future. Goodbye for now. Do take care, and like the video. Share it with others if you'd like to see it continue. And